Royal Milestone 2025, Princess Leonor's unforgettable year of firsts. The world expected a quiet year for Spain's young heir. A routine calendar. A royal schedule. Nothing extraordinary. But what unfolded in 2025 changed everything. Princess Leonor stepped out of tradition and into history. For the first time, the world saw not just the heir to Spain's throne, but a young woman shaping her destiny with confidence, grace, and undeniable power. This is the story of Princess Leonor's unforgettable year of firsts. It began in January, cold winds, a soft Madrid dawn, and Leonor returning home from the Zaragoza Military Academy. But this time, something was different. She was no longer the timid cadet who started her training a year before. She carried herself like a future commander, calm, assured, and quietly strong. Her instructors whispered it. Her fellow cadets felt it. And when she saluted her father, King Felipe VI, in front of the gathered troops, the applause that followed wasn't for formality. It was for transformation. Then came February, a quiet but historic engagement in Barcelona. Leonor delivered her first solo speech at an education summit. No teleprompter. No notes. Her voice was steady, sincere, passionate. She spoke of opportunity, equality, and the power of young people to shape a fairer future. The moment went viral. Newspapers in Spain called her the modern monarch in motion. By March, Leonor's diary grew even more remarkable. A first international visit without her parents, Denmark. The connection between her and the Danish crown Prince Christian drew attention once more. But this time, the headlines weren't about youthful rumors. They were about diplomacy, respect, mutual admiration between two future monarchs. Cameras captured her warmth, her composure, her confidence. Royal watchers noted that Leonor had mastered something few young royals ever do, the art of balancing charm with authority. April marked another first, a private audience with Spain's young innovators in Madrid. Leonor spent hours listening to students and entrepreneurs discuss renewable energy and digital transformation. Her questions surprised everyone. Sharp, thoughtful, not rehearsed. Those in attendance said she didn't just listen, she connected. She wanted to understand the real Spain, not just the ceremonial one. Then came May, and with it, the moment that melted the hearts of millions. During an Armed Forces Day ceremony, Leonor stood beside her father, wearing her uniform, medals glinting under the sun. As the national anthem played, cameras caught the king looking at his daughter, eyes filled with pride and awe. It wasn't the gaze of a monarch looking at an heir. It was the gaze of a father realizing his daughter was ready. That image became symbolic, Spain's past and future, standing side by side. But the surprises didn't stop there. In June, Leonor made a rare move, returning to Asturias, the land that holds her princess title. This wasn't a ceremonial visit. It was deeply personal. She visited schools, spoke with children, and even joined a group of students in a spontaneous music session. Laughter, singing, joy, all caught on camera. Spain saw a side of Leonor that was genuine, playful, real. The princess who once appeared reserved had found her rhythm. July brought yet another first, her first attendance at the Council of State meetings. Surrounded by Spain's top legal and political minds, Leonor didn't just sit in silence. She asked questions. She debated. And one observer noted, when Leonor spoke, the room listened. By August, the world began calling her Europe's rising royal star. Her name appeared on international magazine covers, Vogue, Tatler, and Vanity Fair. Yet, amidst all the glamour, she kept her focus clear: service, education, unity. She declined interviews that focused on her private life, choosing instead to highlight humanitarian issues and youth empowerment. September arrived with emotion. Leonor returned to the royal palace for the anniversary of her 18th birthday proclamation. It had been a year since she swore allegiance to the Constitution. Now, she stood taller, her presence commanding but kind. Her mother, Queen Letizia, was visibly emotional. Leonor's younger sister, Infanta Sofia, looked at her with admiration, and perhaps a touch of wonder. But October brought one of the most symbolic events of all, her first royal military inspection, leading the troops herself. She marched with precision, spoke with authority, and when she addressed her battalion, her words echoed through the parade ground: Spain's strength lies not only in its arms, but in its unity. The soldiers roared in approval. It was a defining moment, a glimpse into the future Queen's leadership. Then November, a quieter, more intimate month. Leonor made a private visit to a refugee shelter in Andalusia. There were no photographers, no press. The visit wasn't meant for headlines. She spoke to children who had lost everything and promised to use her voice for them. When a photo later leaked, showing Leonor hugging a young girl tightly, it broke the internet. Not for scandal, but for sincerity. And December, the grand finale of a historic year. The Princess of Asturias Awards in Oviedo. As always, the moment was regal. But this time, when Leonor took the stage, her words carried a new power. She spoke of gratitude, responsibility, and hope. Her closing line left the audience in tears. The crown I inherit is not of gold, but of duty, and I wear it for all of Spain. The applause lasted for minutes. As 2025 drew to a close, the transformation was undeniable. The shy, soft-spoken princess had evolved into a woman ready to lead. Every appearance, every speech, every smile told a story, not of privilege, but of purpose. Royal insiders revealed that King Felipe often says, "Leonor doesn't just carry Spain's future, she inspires it." Queen Letizia, ever the protective mother, has learned to step back, watching her daughter shine with pride. And Sofia, her sister, stands beside her, learning, supporting, admiring. So what does 2026 hold? Rumors swirl of new international duties, deeper diplomatic engagements, and perhaps, a step closer to the future throne. But one thing is certain, the world no longer sees Princess Leonor as simply Spain's heir. They see her as a symbol of renewal, a young leader who bridges past and present, tradition and progress. Princess Leonor's 2025 was not just a milestone year. It was the year Spain's future found its voice, confident, compassionate, and unshakably royal. And as history writes its next chapter, one thing is clear, the crown is ready, and so is she.